I think today's March the 10th. I'm coming in here to check on this swarm that we caught. I haven't been in here in a little over a week now. I don't think I filmed the last time I came in here, but she was doing a good job filling out some eggs. They started drawing comb up in the top. And I think today what I'm going to plan to do is move them from the from the nuke box into a 10 frame deep. And the reason I want to do that is because in about 3 weeks, roughly, I'll be moving my bees into the panhandle to collect Tupelo, and I think this hive might join in on that. So we're gonna see what kind of population they have, and if all looks good enough, we're moving it into a deep body. All right, let's see. So today's about March 10th, and it's been a couple weeks since I think I filmed anything with this swarm that we caught. But today I'm going to go in here, kind of assess the brood pattern, see what's going on in there, and I plan on moving everything over into this deep hive body. And the reason I want to do that is because in about 3 weeks I'll be moving my bees up into the panhandle to collect Tupelo honey. And I think I might let this swarm join in on the fun. Now, it's not the biggest cluster of bees in there. However, I came out here a little bit ago and they're a little cranky. That's why I'm trying to get the smoker lit. Shouldn't need much. Calm them down a little bit. Screen bottom board on this nuke, so I just puff up under the bottom one time. Usually does the trick. I do want to see what's going on up top, so we're going to remove this. We got bees up on the top here, so they are coming to the feeder. That's a good sign. And by the way, they've been going through draining about 1 quart of 1-to-1 sugar to water. About once a week, right about once a week, they'll drain it. So there's a good amount of bees up here up top. I don't think there's a little bit of nectar, but I don't think there's any. There's pollen up here they're starting to gather. I don't think she's laying up here yet, but I'm happy to see that there's actually that number of bees up top here. Now, it could be a result of me smoking up the bottom of the hive, but I'm happy with what I saw. Let's go into the bottom before we do any moving. Oh, and also it did appear that some of that comb was new comb, so it looks like they're drawing out some new comb as well. Hey, sweetie pumps. Don't bring her over here because these bees aren't the happiest. What? There's bees left to right in here. However, I don't know that I think they're left to right because they got nectar out here. Hoping to see some brood. Tons of pollen. This is just one of those frames that I put in there that was loaded with pollen. I mean, and they've been bringing in pollen like crazy. I've been watching the entrance here over the weeks, and it's incredible how much pollen they're bringing in. I'm gonna go ahead, I think, and move these bees over. One thing I was kind of worried about is I got a river over here. It's 3 miles from one side of the land to the other across this river. and the winds can get really bad if we have some storms. And this double nucleus, or double nuke 5-frame, you know, it's like a sail, and I don't want it getting tipped over. Alright, so here we've got brood from about here over to here. These are combs that I took out of the original hive when I caught the swarm, and they've mended them all together. So we're going to go ahead and put that down. Let me see if my queen is, kind of like to see her. I marked her the other day, so she should be easy to find. She's got a white dot on her. I think that's the color for this year. It's a 1 year. This is the middle frame, so I'm guessing she's here. Also, I made a pollen patty up, and I don't remember if I said what I made it up of, but I'll mention that mixture in the description, and they've been devouring it. Oh yeah, we got a lot of brood. This frame is basically solid brood aside from what's hatched out, and then new eggs all down in here. And on this side, solid brood. So she's doing a really good job. And also new eggs out on the bottom here. So that must have hatched out not long ago. But I don't see her. I was certain she'd be here. These bees are coming to say hi to me right now. They are not happy. But I hope they're happy on their new home. Brood up in here, and then open larva, pollen and nectar, and pretty much all open here. Still haven't seen the queen. Well, we know she's laying. We're going to go ahead and put these back. Oops, squishing a bee in between the frame. This is all pollen. They've drawn some of the comb out a little bit. I'm going to flip this around. I'm sorry, I said pollen. It's a little bit of pollen and some nectar. I'm going to flip it around toward the back of the entrance, so they're drawn down here more so than out here. Same on the back. So I'm going to put that to the back of the hive, so hopefully they start drawing toward the back. And I'm going to move, actually, I think this frame of pollen, when I rearrange some of the frames at the top, I'm going to move this pollen out a little bit. I'm going to give her some more empty comb in the middle, which she can lay on. And I should probably go ahead move this over. I'm going to give her that right here. And this these are basically just empty frames. keep her over there. I'm actually going to go get another pollen patty and put it on the top there. I've got these little pollen patties which I made up, and I smashed them down real thin so they actually fit underneath this cover. There's no lip around the cover to raise it up a little bit. Because of that, like I said, I've got these real thin, and they've in about 2 weeks they were able to pretty much completely take down one. So I just lay them across the top. The brood's right here, so I'm going to take the ruminants down. I'll just move it out a little bit. Put that back in there. I just realized I got to go sideways with these because I need a hole for the feeder so they can access the feed. This colony is not a happy colony. I smell that fake banana smell. All right. So that's it. I hope I'm successful with this. I'll definitely report back on whether or not it is successful, but what I've done today is just take them out of the nuke box, the double deep nuke box, put them in a 10 frame deep. What did she get? My chicken just grabbed. What did you grab? Get out of here. I had to go check. These chickens, they love the honeycomb. Here's a little piece that Crystal just grabbed and ran away with. So anyway, converted from a 5 frame nuke double deep to a single deep 10 frame box. Gave them some new pollen patties. Basically 3 frames of brood in there, so I'm real happy with that. A lot of nectar and pollen. They're collecting nectar and pollen like crazy right now, alongside of the 1-to-1 sugar syrup that I've mixed them here. It actually might be a little thinner than 1-to-1. It might be, well, it doesn't matter, but it's about 1-to-1. Hoping to build this population up within the next few weeks so we can maybe take it to the Panhandle for Tupelo. That's a little ambitious, I think. I don't think that'll happen, but if she builds her population up within that time frame, she's going to the Panhandle and they're going to be collecting us some Tupelo. So appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Leave your comments down below. I'm good at answering the questions, and we'll see you next time.